Hi, Mike Schuler, Cutler Realty here, once again to continue our guided home tour of the Cutler Bay area. And today we'll be highlighting the estate homes of Belaire and Whispering Pines, located east of Franjo Road and south of Eureka Drive. Estate homes, by definition, are those located on larger lots, typically what we call in real estate builder half acres, which are 100 by 150 feet, 15,000 square feet total. Besides the homes themselves, I'll include churches, parks, and schools in the neighborhood, and of special interest, we'll pay a visit to Lake Whispering Pines, a 27-acre lake that's considered a focal point of the neighborhood. And because I live on the lake, I'll be able to provide plenty of historical information. If you are considering buying or selling a home in the Cutler Bay area, I can always be reached at 305-238-MIKE, which is 238-6453, and I'm always available by email, mike@callmike.com. So let's hop in my car and get started. Hope you enjoy. I'm in front of what used to be our church here at Holy Rosary. I am a parishioner. We have a North Campus now in Palmetto Bay, but we now have the school operating. This is considered the banquet center. Jacob's going to pan around and get a little bit more of the school. All right, we're headed east on Franjo. We're going to be turning left now on Tiffany Drive. And just a little bit of background for these Belaire homes east of Franjo Road. When I was growing up, this was all tomato fields here. So pretty low ground. Original homes built by Lennar here in the early 70s. And we're going to go to the other end of Tiffany where they were built late 70s, built up because of flood insurance regulations, and pretty much a little bit bigger models than we see here. Maybe 3 houses here, as Jacob films on the right. You can see 2-car garage, another one here. I happen to know this has an in-law quarters. I sold this last year. And the one coming up here, I sold twice over the last couple years. And it backs up, if you can get that woods in the background there, Jacob. We're going to go see this hammock that's pretty popular on the next cul-de-sac. Here's one of the 2 cul-de-sacs that basically I thought about moving to these 2 based on the hammock woods that we're about to see here in a minute. Jacob's going to get the houses on the right, but we'll stop with the beautiful hammock woods in the background up here. Officially, this is called Whispering Pines Hammock. And if you look on a Google map, you'll find that it's officially 6.5 acres. You can see the sign over here, protected natural area, and some beautiful banyan trees, if you can get these over here to the right. And I'm going to come back into the screen here. I first learned of these woods, we call them the hammock or the woods, back in the late 70s, early 80s. My kids used to come over here and say they were playing in the caves, and turns out I needed to investigate where they were. And there really are limestone formations in here that, because of the natural high ground, there's the equivalent of small caves that the kids found fascinating. And of course, parents have other concerns, so I wanted to check it out. But a beautiful wooded hammock, 6.5 acres, officially known as the Whispering Pines Hammock. I do have the model plans for all the Lennar built homes. You're going to hear more about Lennar shortly. And one of the most popular areas that I sell in Cutler Bay are Belaire homes and Whispering Pines that we're doing next. People really take care of their homes. The community atmosphere, as far as a 4th of July parade every year that's been going on for over 30 years that I've lived here, attracts 400 or 500 people a year. And Halloween, of course, around the lake is almost infamous for the amount of kids. Ridgeland Drive, where I live, this is all lakefront here that Jacob is filming. This is one of the more newly built ones, 2-story. The one next to it's a little bit hidden, but the third one here is one of our popular looking, these are all custom built homes, by the way. And this is what we call the Redwood House, which I've sold twice in my history. This one on the right, once in my real estate history. So there's approximately 45 homes on the lake, 46 lots, one of which is still vacant. And I estimate that I've sold 2/3 of them at one time or another, some more than once. This home on the right I just sold very recently. It's the last sale I have on the lake. Another fairly recent sale 3 years ago. One of the ones rebuilt after Hurricane Andrew, and I sold these next 3 or 4 in a row. This one, which has just been remodeled, rebuilt in the past year, I sold as a handyman special a couple years ago. Had the same owner as the one coming up here with the white car in the driveway. So I sold all of those within the last few years. And I'll go ahead and go. I'm going to have Jacob look at the beach area here and see a little bit of the boats. That's mainly my grandkids that use them, and myself too. We're going to walk out onto the boardwalk here on the right and see a little bit more. All right, here's another one of my neighbors. You can see a little bit more close up that what we call cheekies. You know, a lot of us have power running down, and you can even watch TV, and I see spotlights over there, Christmas lights, so that one definitely has power running to it. If you look at the length of the lake there, you can see other docks coming out to the lake. No motors allowed here, only trolling motors. Of course, paddling, sailing, anything with electric power is okay. So it keeps it nice and clean. This is 19 natural springs feeding this lake, an average depth of about 12 feet, which is a lot different than the rock pit type of lakes that you'll see in other areas. So we're proud of it, we enjoy it, and we're standing in the breeze as we film this. And the breeze gratefully comes directly to my house most of the time in the backyard here. Mike Schuler, Cutler Realty, real estate broker, back again for a recap. As far as the homes themselves, we started out today on Tiffany Drive and then the popular cul-de-sacs on half-acre lots built by Lennar. I did mention in the video that I have the model plans for the most popular homes built by Lennar, and I wanted to take this opportunity to explain a little bit more about the builders, the company itself. Originally called F&R Builders, a Miami-based company that has now become one of the top 5 builders of homes in the country and has had a profound impact as the largest builder by far in the town of Cutler Bay. The Belaire and Point Royal homes in the Marlin Road area were built in the late 60s and early 1970s. The Belaire homes on Tiffany Drive, half acres, that we visited today, were built in the late 70s. Lennar then moved their construction in the early 1980s and are still building today east of Old Cutler Road in the largest development of Cutler Bay called Lakes by the Bay, which we will soon visit in another video. Also, Whispering Pines, a community of approximately over 900 homes, was visited today, and I hope you enjoyed the footage of the lake where I live. And as always, as I close, keep in mind, when buying or selling a home in Cutler Bay, don't make a move without Mike.